get Mythical Minions banned. But we do at least know we had Ilios, Esperanza, and Watchpoint Gibraltar banned out here by Gas T3. Get into that lobby. And let's see, and that was a Midtown ban out from Mythical Minions. Boom. All right. So we've got our map pool here for today. We saw Kings Row, Runa Sapi, New Junk City, and Shambali Monastery if we need that fifth and final map. So, perhaps saw that full hold on circuit. We're like, nope, probably don't want to go circuit. All right, I think our players are finally loaded in. Let's get into map 1. We're headed to Busan. Hey, I said show me some Overwatch. Show me Overwatch. Thank you. All right, we're getting Sonder pulling out pulling the Sojourn out. Oh, and Havoc, that's actually no lie. We saw him joking about a Reaper in the beginning. Havoc is, in fact, walking out on a Reaper here for Gas T3. We're also getting the Juicio comp while we're getting Lucio Kiri on the other side. So very unusual looks, kind of for both teams in their own way. Gonna focus on this Gas T3 Kiri here for the moment. How do they support the Reaper getting close? And is it all just pressure into the tank or onto the back line? Looks like so far Havoc is trying to make their way into the back line, playing off the top. Ooh, and gets that kill onto Panda to open it up. Mayo gets a kill on the Kiri as well. So both of those atypical picks finding big value here in this first fight. Little cleanup on the back end, and this will be Gas T3 grabbing first control. So Sonder with, yeah, that's 100 rail.
Thanks for the help.
Couldn't quite line up the shot on Mayo. That would have been a hell of an opener. Ooh, let's see. I'm guessing that's Muse on point, and Central is trying to make their way right through mid. A stout front line consisting of Havoc alongside the Symmetra with that Orisa. They're gonna run Fake Nevix right on out. Muse pushed away and brief hold here. Mythical Minions looking to regroup on the back. They do have this orbital ray now available, but so do their opponents on the other side. Where did this MTP go? Down to the base? Now it's going to be a Consuming Rush combined with the orbital ray after kind of backing up to the point. Central's pushing in to try to get aggressive, but the TP just to the other side there gets Linerax out of harm's way, but only momentarily until that pulse comes in. Still a 2-for-1 trade, favoring Gas T3 throughout this fight, and they extend that player advantage. Killing a JP there at the end. 65% and counting here for Gas on the board. And the Sim Reaper, so far working out. Doing a good job of getting the backline out of trouble whenever Mythical Minions try to move in and put pressure down onto those supports. Teleport up to the top there from Havoc. Ooh, and takes Sonder down. He's looking to come in for the kill. Recall forced out. There's the Suzu win. As Mayo looks to join the Reaper here in this huge flank. It's a very, very aggressive flank. Fake Nevix with the Terra Surge, Photon Barrier on the objective. And Central just looking at a giant 5,000 HP wall in the way while overtime is going. Havoc's going to swift step out as Central moves on to the point. Sonder drops the overclock and gets one shot in. It's enough to at least force Havoc out of that position. Now slide in, gets a headshot down onto Fake Nevix, drops it on the back, rejoin the rest of the team. There's the flip. Mythical Minions actually get some percentage here, find a kill, and stabilize for the first time on this map. Clean out the back end. Rush back up to the front, make sure they can hold this line. Meanwhile, Muse is here to say hello to Gas T3 as they try to come out of point. Scout their approach, which is on that left-hand side. Teleport into theater, jump in that gap. Mayo hanging out in this top, looking for an early pick through the window. Here's the Reaper. Reaper up main. So far, no teleporter move in just yet. Havoc is going to push in his left-hand side. Teleports all the way up to the high ground. Looking to drop down in on Saunders once again. Saunders all the way across the way. Not hanging out in that same spot anymore. There's a push into the back, and Muse is able to get Mayo. But JP falls. So Sustain could be at a premium. Which means Central goes down shortly after the Juno. There you go. Teleport up top. A patient approach here out of Gas T3 as they just kind of pick it apart. Even though lose the players first, they were 4v5. They're able to clap back. They'll close out this first submap. That's an interesting conversation going on.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Havoc said, does your team know why you're called JP? JP says, I don't even know myself. All right, we're sticking with the Sim Reaper. And the Juno carry. So as we saw Mayo kind of swift stepping in and really sticking by Havoc through a lot of these very aggressive flanks. Speaking of aggressive, yeah, that was a TP all the way into the back line. I think Mythical will just rotate. Yep. You still have Muse just kind of hanging out on 1 health in the far back. A very aggressive position once again out of Mayo, taking a wide flank on this drum side. Central looking to hold the front of the point. The Saunders position is back looking. Ooh, a fight of art. Or Siva art. In this first pick here on this fight. Very spread out. Hafkin's going and looking to trade. Central hunting for somebody. Finds Linrax there at the end. So Central ends up piling on kills. Just kind of hangs out on the objective. Takes out anybody that comes close. It's a 3-piece for Central in this fight. And first cap goes over to Mythical Minions. Comp playing very spread here. This unusual take on the Orisa Juno. Looks like more of a concise approach through left-hand side. Does force Mythical Minions out of drum. There's don't want to take that challenge. Teleport and Fake Nevix goes through. Kitsune Rush going on in the objective, and Fake Nevix has nowhere to run. Using the Fortify, Suzu. Here comes the Kitsune Rush out of the back to try to keep the Orisa alive here from Gas T3. Good pressure out of Central the other way, but Havoc, picks up an important kill onto Panda. Really could have used that sound barrier throughout this fight as an orbital ray now bearing down here on Central Apin, and there's nothing to fend it off. Now 4 ults at the ready, though. With Panda dying early, dying first in that last fight. Never got a chance to spend it, so you've got a war chest full with your Mythical Minions to come back in for this retake. Just Terra Surge and a couple of DPS ults not far behind on the other side. Mythical Minions taking their time on this rotation, though, as they flip the point once again. Sticking their back line up towards Gas's spawn. Here comes that Photon Barrier over the middle. Havoc, swift step into the back, or excuse me, the whatever the Reaper teleport's called. Muse is able to pick up one, though. Havoc does have the Death Plus ready to go. The Sound Barrier and the Overclock invested, and Saunders going to find Fake Nevix with the ladder. Good pick on the Linrax on the way out. It's 3 ults spent, but the flip is there, and Mythical Minions hold on to a couple in their pocket. They've started to make these very long rotations, kind of in response to the aggressive flanks, particularly from Mayo and Havoc. Cool, little teleport up into the window. Little duel on the outside. Meanwhile, back on the point. Team Muse is able to win that one out. Once again, Mythical Minions playing on this side of the map. This is Gas's spawn side. But at these big movements have been able to keep Gas from locking down anybody here in this second map. Not nearly to the degree that we saw there on downtown. As such, Mythical Minions have been able to stay fairly tight, very organized throughout this chaos. Speaking of chaos, there's a little extra speed from a Kitsune Rush. Right onto the point. Oh, but now you're running into the Fox-laden bricks here from Mythical Minions, and now they're going to have an orbital, excuse me, that's a Terror Surge to go with it. Para kills the back. Havoc able to get JP. Oh, at least do enough damage to where Fake Nevis can take him down with that Energy Javelin. Panda's not going to fare much better. This one is going to go back down to another fight. 61% counting on the board. Might be final fight for that matter. %, at this point. It's looking like it absolutely will be final fight. And Mythical Minions haven't saved anything in the bank. Good news for them is there's not much on the other side either. Do have Nevix with the Terror Surge to worry about. Going face-to-face with Central on this objective here at the start. Teleporter at their back. They need to get the heck out of Dodge. Havoc and Mayo set up on that far side. There's the teleport in from Havoc. Sound barrier engaged. Terror Surge thrown in there, but Central is able to move into the back past it. Find Central. Now looking to hunt down the other DPS as Havoc is trying to give him the slip through the portal. The attention's turned on to Fake Nevix, and combined with the Pulse Bomb, they're able to bring the Orisa down. Mythical Minions on track to send us on over to Mecha Base. Oh, and that's where things are really going to get interesting.
Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
Okay, JP making a change. We're going to go to the Lucio Kiri here in Control Center. No Juno Ring, no Orbital Ray available here from Mythical Minions. A bit more of a traditional look as far as the backline. But combined with the Orisas, they just, brilliant teleport to the other side. Just kind of checking that backline of Mythical Minions. Sonder is going to creep on over to that high ground. And it's a full rotation. Once again, large rotations here out of Mythical Minions as they all move up to bridge. Quick teleport across, but the boot back down to low ground. Dynamic's going to go and pop that Fortify and try to see if they can anchor on this point, but they don't have enough health to do so. Muse is going to come in around the corner for the final blow. Put a lot of damage into Siva Art as well. So first cap going to Mythical Minions here. Muse is going up looking for some exit picks. Linrax in their sights. Ooh. Panda hitting a bunch of damage out of Fake Nevix there. It's a good energy javelin. Orbital Ray thrown in from Linerax. There's the Kitsune Rush coming back over the top. But Havoc has gone on a deep chase in the back looking for Sonder. Siva Art comes in and finds that pick. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like Central and the rest of Mythical Minions are able to find a lot of value on the back of that Kitsune Rush. Down to the low ground, Heads, Gas T3, both DPS are there. The teleport onto the stairs if they want. Central out in the middles, looking a little surrounded. Here comes Bandit to try to back him up. Terror Surger simultaneously thrown in. Central very low after the exchange. And this will be the flip here as Gas T3 cleanup. Hey, I think it's a nice GG. I think it's a nice GG, J9. I didn't make emotes. I don't have any emotes. You're a step ahead of me. Alright. Well, I mean, I have minimal emotes. I'll get right on that. Oh! That was a hell of a spear out of Central. Rotation around and Muse gets picked. Havoc trying to now push up his backside. It looks like guys successfully kind of push Mythical back down the stairs, force him into this choke. Or Mythical safely disengage, however you want to look at that one. He's now trying to push through Pit. Not typically advised. Havoc is going to go give chase. Here comes the rest of the team out the top. Muse on point. The Central, ooh, taking a lot of poke damage just to try to make it out of that choke. Now it's going to be a dueling Kitsune rush up here on the top. Suzu used early in this fight, so Sonder now has free reign here with this overclock. Not that the Suzu's a great defense against the overclock. Havoc gets their Death Blossom interrupted by a spear here out of Central. And just barely able to stay on top, trying to chase it down. And meanwhile, there's a good teleport up, looking to put pressure on Sonder in the back line. So a good exchange from Gas T3 as they find the pick onto the DPS. And this has been quite the dance around this map. Sivir with its teleporters is definitely keeping Mythical minions guessing. Oh, where did you find that? How does Havoc and Mayo end up down there? Oh, no. And now those teleporters having to use just to run away there, and it's going to be a free flip. Based on some good picks out of Panda and Muse. He's trying to control the outside, but it's teleport down to the bottom, just circumventing that pathing altogether. Magnetics doesn't get anybody in the Terror Surge. And Central is able to find Civil on the outside. Central gets just as much nothing in their ultimate. Does keep everybody at bay. Oh, the flip almost comes through. Central gets the touch at the final possible second. JP able to beat Mayo to that continuing rush back. Considerable margin this time around. And looking to put all of that extra damage down in Fake Nemix's direction. But they're staying alive and healthy. Not looking too much worse for wear whatsoever. With the orbital ray now in response. This is a prime position here for Gaster 3. Takes his first map. They managed to push Mythical all the way into the back quarter. Panda still trying to toe the line down low. 99.99 on the board. Central gets javelined off. Panda has to come in and try to get a touch, and Sonder gets picked up on the outside. Siva trying to dash in, but gets taken down as Muse finds that kill over the top. But the Death Blossom combined with the Javelin, and Central is going to be watching a respawn timer. Muse falls. Gas T3 hang on to take map 1. We go. Some stats there from map 1. All right. While y'all are looking at that, let's see if we can get a Tori in here. I think we got a guest here for the rest of the series. Go ahead and give her a call. Meanwhile, what's standing out to y'all in stats here? Fake Nevix with the leading in damage. I mean, pretty close as far as elims. I mean, it's pretty exceptional teamwork here. Siva with the Symmetra play. I mean, you know, getting picked off a little bit, but man, that Symmetra was coming in handy. It was coming in real handy. Vittoria, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm chilling. We just finished our game an hour ago. So everything is chill.
Nice. Well, we just finished map 1 with Gas T3. Just barely taking that round 3 in a 99.99. It couldn't have been any closer.
Yeah. I already looked in a bit. Looked pretty close.
Okay, I'm gonna try sharing my screen instead of sharing Overwatch and see if this keeps it from breaking things. Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. All right, yeah, you're gonna get a little mirror effect here for a moment. Ooh, make sure we get that invite. All right. Awesome.
Going in.
Looks like it's holding.
Yeah. That's good.
All right, let's remind ourselves of that ban. It was Midtown banned out from Mythical Minions. We're getting into map 2. We're headed to King's Row. Whoop.
Yeah, into King's War. I think it should probably just favor Gas Tier 3's comp because I just want to play 1v Pensum.
Is this kind of the standard from Gas Tier 3? This is my first look at this squad, to be honest. So I'm kind of just learning about this squad today.
Well, they just have OTP players.
Right.
So that's why they play it.
Hey, I mean, it worked out for him. Oh, let's turn on the music. I realize I still have background music going. We don't need background music. We got Overwatch music. All right. Oh, hey, let me get your side swapped up top. All right. Since we will have Mythical Minions starting us off on the defense here.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Or, excuse me. We had Gas starting us off on the defense. Mythical Minions on the attack. Bit of an interesting look with this, the one-trick chain from Gas is they're not in the standard setup. Ooh, JP with that early pick. That can't be good. As much as it looks like Gas rely on that Symmetra TP to kind of get around the map. Yeah, they're immediately going to back out.
Yeah, it's just like a quick fight pick and a quick point tag from Gas Tier 3. Oh wait, whoops, my bad.
Ooh.
From playing, what was the other team? Mythical Minions, no?
Yeah,
I don't
Mythical
know the
Minions
team
in red.
names.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mythical
can't
Minions
seem
also
team
playing
names.
the Solj and the Tracer comp, which is kinda, I would say it kinda favors them in the matchup, like when they play it right, but like Gas Tier 3's comp is easier to play.
And Havoc does a good job of just getting around and getting underneath. Oof. 3 pace for Havoc in that one, including Sonder in both supports. Really good retake. And it seems so interesting to me how easily Havoc's able to get in. Oh.
Yeah, the retake was really good as well from like Gas Tier 3. But now, like with the ult fights upcoming, it's also like gonna be a rough fight. Like whoever wins this is probably like gonna keep on snowballing afterwards.
Yeah, that's the kicker, right? Can Mythical Minions continue to snowball into point B on the back of this? It's, dueling orbital rays, but Central happy to try to push it behind Hotel on the back of theirs. Whoops, sorry, I threw the camera too far there. Terra Surge used, not really able to get the combo, but still Sonder picks up an early kill, and JP once again lighting up the feed. Second great pick out of JP here on this attack from the Kiriko. With Muse putting fake Nevix into spawn, this is going to be the cap.
Yeah, it seems like a quick cap as well. Like they have enough time. 4 minutes left for this point. It's kinda good if they can keep up the tempo, but they also like invested way more ults than Gas Tier 3, so it's like a pretty rough situation they're in now if you have 4 ults against 2.
And they can just win it out with some early picks. See how far they're going to get. Yeah, with those 4 ults in the bank, you can imagine you're going to get a big ult fight on this corner. And one it feels that's definitely going to go in Gas T3's favor. Could be dangerous. Mythical Minions stalling out here has got to be the worst, right?
Yeah, especially with the comp. Like Mythical Minions want to play for more angles and everything, and for like a bit more slow pokey fights, have a high like damage outburst, and then like Gas Tier 3 wants to play like more the brawly fights, which like also leans towards to the second point more than for the first and for the third.
That's exactly what we're seeing here. Ghastly 3 get aggressive, but what a clapback. Muse is able to put one in. We'll find Muse's pop here eventually. And that opening on to see, I mean, once again, seeing kind of the Symmetra as the cornerstone of this Brawly Cup. Out of Gas T3. Now kind of stuck in the pub. Here comes Muse with the double dash over the top. Half flip into Linux in the back. But ooh, Death Blossom gets one before getting shut down. Let's go back. The switching side things. I started hitting F11 for Havoc. And now I'm going to hit F11 for Havoc. And Havoc's not there anymore.
Yeah, it looks pretty. This was like a pretty rough fight for Gas Tier 3. They like invested like some ults and they like lost the fight overall. But they are coming back with like Orisa and Juno ult, which also like favors them in this fight though. And like Mythical minions just have to play slower and have to play to kite ults in order to like cap this point.
Central is not playing slow, just runs headlong into an orbital. Now trying to disengage, just mid-orbital ray. Could not have been in a worse spot. So much damage thrown in Central's direction. And that is just going to be the end of that fight. Ooh! JP lucky to get out of there. Muse not so. I need to do that. Put you in that. Let's see this area. Oh. All right. There we go. Got your name pinned in chat so people know who the guest is.
Yeah.
I think most people know your voice, but you know, not everybody.
It probably not that voice because I like use a new microphone with like actually like good settings now, so my voice is like a bit more like bassy and everything, and you can like, understand me better.
I thought it sounded a little bit better from the last time I had you as a guest on here.
Yeah, because I used my old mic and now like I have a new one which is like 20 times better.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Whoop. He's playing around back there with Havoc. We'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, on the front line, here comes Central. Yep, Havoc's able to win that one out. But we are going to get the orbital ray engagement. There's Terror Search combined with. You can see Central love to get into that backline. The teleporter makes things a little bit difficult, and with the photon barrier thrown in, Central decides just to go ahead and back away. The orbital fades as there's their advantage, and they're just going to hold and wait out this photon barrier.
Yeah, they're right on the photon barrier. Like they use it. It's really good fight win for them. They're coming up on like 3 ults now. Havoc is on the flank, might be able to find people. Gets pressured out, has to take the health back, but it's really good for them. They keep on going with the overclock, get it picked, but also get traded instantly. And now it's just like ult fiesta, and Gas Tier 3 come out on top.
It's down to a 2v1. It's just JP left. They do get the reinforcements. This is looking like a hold. I don't think anybody's gonna make it back. JP does not survive.
As well.
Yep.
Yep, and there's no touch. It's a pretty good hold from Gas Tier 3. Especially like, but this like point is like really hard for Mythical minions comps. Because like, there's just so much like close range for the Sim to play into or for the Reaper to play into, especially if the Reaper like goes for a flank. And then also kind of like the ult turns are just more like, they're just like better and like more of a win con for like Gas Tier 3.
Does this mean Mythical Minions pretty much need to hold on point A, or probably looking at Gas T3 going up to match point here?
It's gonna be a rough one to hold after first point. It just depends on what comp they run out on, if they keep on the Tracer, because it's like pretty hard to get much value on Tracer there. Because like you have like the Sim turrets, you have like so much things that can just happen to you. Like it's really rough to play Tracer into that.
And I was wondering if, you know, maybe like a May cast or something like that might be better to go into it, kind of lean into the brawl, or would that just be a terrible idea?
It's a decent shot. It's like, I don't know if Muse wants to play the May. Like,
right. I don't know what their hero pool's like either personally.
Yeah, like Muse used to play May a lot, but nowadays I don't really know either. Seems more like a Tracer player, since they also just keep on playing the Tracer comp. Probably just want to like play around their strengths more.
Right. Yeah, I mean, indeed, we are seeing him stick with it here. And sticking with the Kiriko alongside the Juno, which is another just kind of interesting wrinkle to try to deal with. Deal with the Reaper, I'd imagine. You get the Swift Step to get out of there. Suzu can help. Oof, that was a big spear. Fortunately for Havoc, they did have their Fate available. Siva and Mayo come up with a pair of kicks early in the fight, though. Muse not able to get anything done. Once again, that Tracer struggling to find value. And this is going to be a one and done on point A, where we thought Mythical Minions might have the best chest to defend.
Yeah, it's pretty rough for the like Mythical Minions now, especially like with like 5 minutes left to cap to go to the Midas. Especially like with the ult time, but you also see Muse making the swap to Reaper, which also like gives them more of a lead, because like they can just keep up it. Or yeah, Mayo finds a pick on the Muse. It's really rough looking.
I mean, you're just playing into Havoc's wheelhouse. I think Havoc's probably happy to take this mirror. Whoop, there comes some pressure. Everybody going to come in for a little bit of a bar fight, but Havoc is just going to fade right on out. Fake Nevix has gotten a lot of ground picked up here.
Yeah, they like keep on taking the space. They can just like play really slow for their ult stun. You're also gonna see a swap towards this area, which could be good, but also could go really bad. Especially like if you look at the ult stun, then I guess they're like almost close to 5 ults. And Mythical Minions are just like close to 3 ults, which is like gonna be really rough fight for them, especially like with the Terror Surge and the June ult coming up. And there's already like the first pick for Gas Tier 3.
Oof. And a Reaper inside of a Kitsune Rush is just so nasty. There's so much damage, and it's so much healing for Havoc on top of that. For each one of those rapid-fire shots. And, yep, that's it. JP's the only one left. There's the box of victory. Here comes the Muse, trying to make it back. Not even close. It's going to be 2-0 here as Gas T3 dominate Kings Row.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty dominated Kings for Gas Tier 3, especially since like it favors their comp a lot. But now we have to see like what the next map is. I think it's Runasapi, if I remember correctly, which is like really rough to play the Reaper Sim comp on, but we have to like see how it plays out in the end. Maybe Mythical Minions just get like caught off guard by like the Reaper flanks and everything.
Well, and that was Gas's map pick as well. So, I mean, it was Mythical Minions had a chance to ban something out. They ban out Midtown going into that one. But, yeah. So, at least Mythical Minions do get the map pick heading in this as well. So, they did choose Runasapi. It was a Esperanza ban there from Gas T3. Oh, here's some stats from map 2, by the way. There's some stats.
Yeah, they look a bit rough.
They do look a bit rough.
Especially for Thunder.
Yeah, 7-7. That's a hard round. That's a tough round.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough round for them.
So how do you respond here? Like if this is your squad, what do you do to respond to this if, one trick team is kind of catching you off guard, you're not really hitting the skill check on the Reaper Sim? How do you respond? Do you try to change up to to compensate with a composition? Or is it around map picks and play style? A little bit of both?
You just have to like be aware, like if the Reaper is on the flank, you can just like walk into their team, take the 4v5, or you can just like try to force out the Reaper, but you also like have like 2 ways to play it. You can either like play fast, or you can just like play for like hard spam with like Farah and like that stuff. Just like kind of like how well your team wants to play, if they want to play like more fast into that, or if they want to play like more slow. But yeah, it will be like interesting, especially on Runasapi. You can play like slow comps that like really favor like the angles and like the long sidelines on this map.
And definitely look like Mythical Minions were trying to play slow from what we've seen of them so far today. Oh, we will get them on the left hand side. Let me swap that on stream real quick. Boom. Well, thank you so much for coming on, by the way. It's awesome getting you out of here 2 days in a row.
Thank you for having me. But yeah, it's like we just had like our game against Peps, and now I'm like kind of free. My NA block also got cancelled. So it's really like chill. I just have like a kind of more of a chill day.
Hey, it's a good way to spend a Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, this is my 10th match this week, so it's nice to have an extra pair of eyes on this one. My brain's kind of starting to turn to mush. Only nerds have border on name. Does that ever happen? Like, I feel like there's a certain limit between, I don't know, before my brain just is not working anymore. I'm not as I'm not as analytical on game 10 as I was, you know, on Wednesday at game 5.
Yeah. You just have to kind of like get used to it, I would say.
Yeah. All right, we're just waiting on a couple players from Gas C3 to get in here. I'm actually gonna go pour some tea real quick. So, Hattori, you're in charge, all right? You're in charge.
Yep.
Initiating match.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. Still, like, nothing really happened yet. Still waiting to see the composition that they're gonna be running out on.
This is where I take an opportunity to just do pretty camera moves through the map.
Yep. Especially comps they're looking on is they're gonna be running out on May Reaper unless they change it up with a Lucio Juno, so they'll probably just be looking to like go in hard with the brawl, try to like get on the Sim, get on the Juno, and look for picks there. They just kind of have to carry the Reaper flanks and the Kiriko flanks on that.
Yeah, they absolutely want to go fast. I was theorizing that, you know, it looked like Mythical Minion's been kind of trying to slow it down, but yeah, with the Lucio and the Juno, it looks like they're just trying to up the speed. They're going to opt into this crazy brawl. So you can get some good positioning here around coastal side first, mega control, and they're just going to keep rolling that forward. Bit of a do-si-do around the center point. As Gas heads to the outside.
Yeah, heading to the outside, looking to go. See, Mythical Minions is more playing onto the left side. They're kind of wanting to go here, looking for opportunity. They don't really find one yet. The board is like kind of wasted, I would say, but they get the board with that. They just have to like force out their Vista here.
And I mean, it kind of forced Fake Nevix into an unfavorable position. Had to back off from the fight a little bit. Still no kills that come through. Ooh.
Buff fight. Oh, there's the first pick from Mythical Minions. There also comes on the Juno ult out already. It's a really fast Juno ult. And it looks like they execute the fight for that.
That's a 60-second orbital rate. You can see Linrak's still only at 80. I say only. I mean, it's not like that's slow or anything.
Yeah, it's still really fast. And like Mythical Minions just like kinda like get spammed more than like Gas Tier 3, so it like is 100% sure that they like keep on getting the like Juno ult first every fight mostly. There's the Reaper flank also coming onto the Juno while main core walks up. Mythical Minions have to disengage here, and you also see like Gas Tier 3 is coming up on 4 ults. Let's see how like they play out this fight with the ults.
See them use the photon barrier to open things up, and see if it's just gonna find a pick. No ult needed right at the beginning. So Saunders Blizzard not on the table here for this fight. It's a quick disengage. The speed ring in, signifying that Gas just want to give pursuit, and Linrak somehow finds JP on the way out. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened as well. Probably like a bit rough to like keep on playing so slow into them. You like kind of probably have to walk up a bit, like look for the brawl, but be ready to like disengage for their ults and like try to bait out more ults. So you like in order to win the next fight with your ults.
And Mythical Minions don't have a lot of time to wait. They got to contest the cart through trying to bait out some of these ults, not to mention surviving them. As you can see, it's Gas inching towards the checkpoint as they try to run from the Terror Surge. Nice spear to interrupt the Death Blossom, but still Havoc is able to find a kill. Now the return. Oh no, there was just Suzu and everything else there to block any damage from Muse's attempt at an ultimate. In a clean fight win. All 5 still standing here from Gas as they get the checkpoint.
You
Quick
keep
is here to
talking
support you.
Quick is support me, yeah, that's chill. I also have to sort some stuff out from Call. But it's always looking like a rough fight. You get the Juno, it's getting traded. Let's see how this fight plays out. They use also the Terror Surge on top of the Juno in order to get the picks. They get 2 more picks. Gas tier 3 is looking to keep on pushing this card. It's looking like a pretty rough fight for Mythical Minions because they invested 1 ult as well.
I mean, and still didn't get a single pick, right? I mean, there's still 5 standing. So it's been 2 flawless fights in a row there from Mythical Minions. Excuse me, from Gas T3. Side swaps. The side swaps get me, man. Every time.
It happens. Yeah, this is also like really rough fight. Mythical Minions have to play more slow in order to get these ults up and in order to push back Gas Tier 3.
Yeah, and whatever advantage they found in that first fight has certainly been nullified by now. Do we have a Kitsune Rush here for Gas to work with? It's the only thing. Now, see if Thunder can get this Blizzard up in time to try to counter it. No such luck. The Blizzard's still not close enough, but no deaths yet. Muse dies just before the Blizzard comes out. Havoc's able to raid form out of there. Yeah, the Blizzard just doesn't get enough.
Yeah, good kind of wasted ult from Sunder. It's really rough. They Gas Tier 3 just goes in first with 2 of their ults, get these picks out, and Sunder tries to clutch with the Blizzard, but Havoc gets disengaged with his shift. And it's kind of looking like a pretty rough map for Mythical Minions. It's really rough to come back from that, like a 130 meter lead with like 5 minutes left, and these ults that you have on the side of Gas Tier 3 that are also upcoming.
Yeah, I've seen comebacks on this, pretty big swings on this map before. But like you say, it's into that macro is going to be particularly... Could be nasty. We'll see how much Mythical has to spend here in this next fight. And if they have to spend everything to win it, if they can win it. I think this next fight's going to be very telling. They could start building some momentum, though, if they get this one.
Yeah, they just have to win like 2 fights in a row in order to get the momentum. With 1 fight, they will get the checkpoint, and after that, they can like keep on pushing if they can snowball. But it's looking like Gas Tier 3 engages first again with their Terror Surge, gets 2 picks. There's the third one from Havoc, and it's looking like a clean fight win from Gas Tier 3, not losing anyone.
They don't even have to invest their orbital ray to do it. They just use the Terror Surge at the beginning to initiate and hold on to that, what is looking like the most powerful ult in the game right now in that orbital ray.
Yeah, this is looking for a really, really, really rough fight for Mythical Minions. They have 3 ults against like upcoming to 4 ults, and especially that the orbital ray with the Reaper ult, but then you also have the Symbol which can split their orbital ray halfway. It's like looking really, really rough.
Ooh, the spear's not in time to save JP.
Yeah, and this looks like a 3-0 from Gas Tier 3. Mythical Minions didn't even use their ults that they had. It's really, really rough to play that.
There's going to be a Kitsune Rush and a Photon Barrier to run into. That's if they can even touch, and they cannot. Gas T3 will get the full cap for the 3-0 here today. What a dominant performance.
Yeah, it always looked like Mythical Minions were just always on the back foot. They never really ulted first. They never got anything done with their engages and everything. It just looks like really, really rough. They just kept them playing to play slow, while it's kind of a mirror, but they have the May, which means they want to brawl more against the sim that favors from playing a longer fight, especially with the charging beam.
Yeah.
And then you also have the Kiriko that's flanking and everything. It's really, really rough to play slow against that, especially if you have more ults. They didn't even get to use Orbital Ray, Reaper, or Terror Surge in the last fight.
Whew, brutal. I mean, props to Gas T3 for making this work, for, kind of just going against the grain. It's always fun to watch a team kind of go against the meta as far as finding their own identity. And yeah, I mean, that's their one tricks, and that's what they play, but they do it well, and it does make for a very entertaining series.
Yeah, it was an entertaining series. Pretty rough if I was the Mythical minions. It's really,
Yeah,
really rough to
those.
come back from that.
It was definitely one-sided. It wasn't entertaining from a competitive standpoint, just from getting to see some different compositions and getting to see a little bit of different play style than we've been seeing all week long. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like if you look at the stats, it's like really, really rough. With like nobody.
Yeah, Havoc only died
was a
once
rough
there in map
max,
3.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was first fight too. I think first fight was the only one Mythical Minions really won. Like they did sort of win another engagement there on the back end. Yeah, I think it was 2 fights. I think they won the very first one, and then the one to take it back to center, and that was it. It was the only 2 fights they were able to win in that map.
Yeah, it was really, really rough. Like closest map was like map 1, but after that, like just seemed like that there's like kind of like fall over and kept on falling. It's really, really rough.
But hey, you know what? They just made it up into Master Division. They're kind of, just being introduced to all the top teams here in EMEA. Still got a lot of love and respect for this Mythical Minion squad. I mean, just kind of built from the ground up and kind of pulling themselves up here with their bootstraps. So, yeah, they got a little beat up on today, but always a joy to get them on the scene, get them on the stream. And then, yeah, got our first look at Gas T3. Got to check out this one trick team for finally, way past due. And, yeah, what a dominant performance from them. Okay. You got any other thoughts there, Hattori? I think I'm about out of thoughts.
No, there's not really much to say, to be honest. Mythical Minions just kind of like always were on the back foot and then didn't really like know what to do against the comp from Gas Tier 3.